Hey YouTube, Brutally Honest here, bringing you the first episode of my new segment, Tech 101. Now the first card I wanted to show you in Tech 101 is Prohibition, a really old school card which is very versatile. It's one of the most versatile cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And can be used against any deck, in any side deck, or possibly even the main deck. Now the reason because of this is because it prevents any cards from being used. You play it and you declare one card name, and that card can never be used as long as Prohibition remains on the field. It's one of the few cards which can get around effects which have their can't have their activation negated. Now the first example that I can think of is Super Polymerization. So this card, Prohibition, by declaring the card name, so Super Polymerization, that card can then not be used. Another advantage of Prohibition is that it's really a cheap card. It's old school, not many people use it, you won't see it in many decks, and because of this it's only around $1. So for anyone who wants this card, they can easily buy it for $1 from any card shop really. Now with this, there are problems with the card. Now the first one is MST. This card is particularly helpful against those decks which revolve around one card. So the example which I can think of is Dino Rabbit. So Dino Rabbit revolves around the Rescue Rabbits and the Tour Guides. So Prohibition on the Rescue Rabbit can really halt the deck in their steps, but one MST on this can really disadvantage you, because in that case, where the Rabbit player has Rabbit in hand, but you've got Prohibition on the field, stopping it from being used, and they've got MST. That MST really can be worth more than just a one-for-one spell and trap removal. The other argument that you can look at with this is that it baits out the MST, because it really can cause a lot of troubles, and your opponent will not blind MST another one of your face downs, and they'll MST this instead. So in that sense, it can be good, but often it's often not good and not good. Now another problem is going second with this card. Never side it in when you're going second. The reason for this is because your opponent can set multiple back row, really establish themselves turn one, and if you draw Prohibition, that can really be disadvantageous for you as a player in that game, and you'll most likely lose. In saying this, it's amazing for when you go first. Opening up Prohibition and calling that Rescue Rabbit can really put the Dino Rabbit player in a spot of bother. It's making it a really good card for when you go first. Now the reason I'm talking about Prohibition is because my friend used it at our locals. He ran Dragunities, but he forgot his side deck. Because he forgot his side deck, I lent him a whole bunch of my side deck cards, just from lots of different decks, and he pulled them together and found the ones he wanted, and Prohibition was one of them. Anyway, later in the day we got drawn together, and on paper my Macrocosmos deck versus his Dragunity deck should be seen as a whitewash, but he established himself in game 1 very well and won that game, and I easily won game 2. But in game 3 it was a bit tighter, but he pulled out 2 Prohibitions, one on my Macrocosmos, one on my DD Survivor, and because of that he managed to struggle to the win, but he won nonetheless, purely because I could not play any cards, and I had no outs to it. I wasn't drawing my MSTs. Now this card was really good for him, and so I thought, why can't it be good for you, for all the people watching this on YouTube? Anyway, please subscribe to Brutally Honest, like this, rate this, please tell everyone. Thank you.